Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending June 22nd, 2022. This week in my Toronto market report and my Peel and Durham market report, I was sharing a message that I feel is so important. I'm going to repeat it in this video here. In a real estate transaction, there are several professions involved. There's the realtor, there's the real estate lawyer, there's the mortgage broker, there's the home inspector. There's different, and there may be more, but there's different professions involved. And the job of each of those is to work in your best interest and to give you the advice you need so you can make sound and important decisions for you and your family. Well, there's nothing wrong with a realtor referring these people. And if you do not have a relationship with a real estate lawyer, the realtor, in their experience, has worked with many real estate lawyers, and there's certain real estate lawyers that they feel comfortable referring. And I'm using real estate lawyer as the example. However, the same thing applies to a mortgage broker or a home inspector or any other profession that is needed in that transaction or to seek advice. So the realtor has experience working with these people and can and may refer some of these. Nothing wrong with that. The problem lies when the realtor insists that you use this person or that person, insists where they're putting pressure on you that the only way this is going to come together is if you use that lawyer or that mortgage broker or that home inspector. To me, that's a red flag. These people are supposed to be hired to protect your best interests, to work in your best interests. The first person, however, protecting your best interests is you. So learn to see some of these red flags. A good realtor has good people that they've surrounded himself with that they can refer to you. We love referring certain people that we know do a phenomenal job, and we love it even more when the clients call us back and then say, hey, thank you for referring that person. They were awesome. It makes us feel good that we are doing the best we can for our clients. But there's never any pressure to use that person. You use whoever you feel comfortable with. Learn to identify those red flags. It'll help a long, long way in you getting the transaction and it running as smooth as possible. If you feel this message can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way, I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule is organized so I have the time to speak with you about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into York Region. We're going to talk about Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham for detached properties, and we're going to talk about condos for all of York Region. In most cases, prices are down from the peak 20 to 30%. It's a big, big drop. Let's start. We've got Vaughan here. There's a whole year broken down by week. And if we look, week ending June 22nd, last week, we sold 20 detached properties. That's it, just 20. If we go back a little bit, we were selling in the 50s. Before that, if we go back further, we were in the hundreds. But right now, 20 detached properties. I'm stressing the 20 because the lower the sales, the more volatile average sold price is. And the more average sold price is, and median price, to be honest, is affected by highs and lows. So 20 were sold. 4 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price went up from the previous week to $1,845,000. Now, if we look at the peak of $2,300,000 and we come down, depending on which number you want to use, we are down 20 to 30% when it comes to average sold price. Compared to last year, average sold price for this week is sitting at 13% higher than what it was a year ago, and median price is 5% higher than what it was a year ago. Now this chart is a 3-month chart. If we look at median price, it was sitting between 1,785 to 1.9 million, and it's now at 1,575,000. Big difference in median price just in the span of 3 months. Of the 20 that sold, 20%, not much, that's 4, sold at list price or more. Year-to-date sales from January 1st to June 22nd, sales are down 39% from where sales were a year ago. Now last year was a record-breaking year, we know that, but a huge difference in sales, 39%. Listings year-to-date are down 16%. 76 detached properties were sold. So think about that. We're listed. 76 were listed. We sold 20, 76 were listed. Months of inventory has shot up. It's now sitting at 3.7 months of inventory. If we look at average days on market, we go back just 3 months, we were at 9 days on market on average. We're now sitting at 20 average days on market. So it's more than doubled in 3 months. Months of inventory used to be at, on this chart, 0.8, 0.9, but it used to be less. It's now just in 3 months climbed up to 3.7 months of inventory. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but this is vital to understand what's happening with months of inventory, because that's why prices are coming down the way they are. Let's look at Richmond Hill. In Vaughan, we sold 20. Richmond Hill, we sold 24 detached properties. Not a big difference there. So 24 were sold, 4 of them at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come down from the previous week. It's now sitting at $1,639,000. When you look across, 1,639,000 looks like it's less than it was a year ago, but way off. When we look at the peak here of 2243 or 2284, again, we are, depending on which number you want to use in this low range, 20 to 30% lower than the peak just in a few months. 1,639,000 is 2% less than what the average price was last year at this time. Average sold price for Richmond Hill has been lower than last year's price for 4 weeks in a row now. Median price is 1% less than what it was a year ago. Median price is sitting at $1,590,000. 3 months ago, it was over $2 million. Now it's $1,590,000. Big difference in 3 months. Of the 24 that sold, 21% sold at list price or more. We used to be selling, just on this chart, 69, 67. We're now at 21%. Year-to-date sales were 36% less sales, or fewer sales this year than it was last year. And of listings, we are 19% fewer listings this year than what we were listing last year. Months of inventory, it came down a little bit, but it's still way up there. It's sitting at 2.6 months of inventory. I'm expecting months of inventory to climb. We were at 7 average days on market. We were at 11 average days on market. It's been climbing. We're now at 25 average days on market in Richmond Hill for detached properties. Here we go with Markham. Markham seems to be the high roller here when it comes to sales. In Vaughan, we sold 20 detached properties. Richmond Hill, 24. Markham, 25 detached properties were sold. 6 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is sitting at $1,810,000. Again, same story as all the other areas. Way down from the peak. Compared to last year, $1,810,000 is 13% higher than last year's average sold price. And median price is 6% higher than last year's median price. Median price right now is sitting at $1,650,000. That's for week ending June 22nd. It was 3 months ago 1.9. It's now 1,650. Big difference in 3 months. Of the 25 that sold, close to half sold at list price or more. I do want to say something on that, sold at list price or more. That doesn't mean people are overpaying. Now, that whole overpaying, it's all relative, right? It all depends on what you feel is the value of that property that you're buying, and value could be a personal thing. If one property is just a few doors away from one of your where one of your relative lives, there might be more value in that property than someone else who doesn't have any relatives in that neighborhood. So value is a certain percentage of value is personal. But when I say sold at list price or more, for sure there's panic sellers in there that dropped their price so low because they needed a sale quickly. So paying over list price does not necessarily mean you overpaid. But again, that is a personal decision. I just wanted to point that out too, because some people have called me or commenting saying people are still paying over list price. Well, if everybody's paying 1.5 million for a house and you need it sold fast and you list it at 1.2 million and somebody buys it for 1.3 million, yeah, they paid over list price, but it's still better than what anyone else is paying for in that neighborhood. Year-to-date sales, we've got almost half fewer sales this year than what we were selling last year-to-date. We're 48% fewer sales in Markham. For listings year-to-date, we're 26% fewer listings this year in Markham, and months of inventory jumped up from last week. We're now sitting at 2.2 months of inventory. We were at 10 and 11 average days on market. We are now sitting at 18 days on market. When I look at condos for York region, 33 condos were sold across York region. Average sold price came down quite a bit from the previous week. We're now sitting at $696,000 for the average condo. We were over $800,000 at the peak. We're now at $696,000. It's a little over $100,000 difference. When you look at the detached market, it doesn't sound like a lot, $100,000, but in the condo space, when average prices are $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $100,000 is quite a bit. Compared to last year, $696,000 is 7% higher than where the average price was last year. Median price is 9% higher. Median price for condos is now sitting at $662,000. It was on this chart here as high as $790,000. Now it's $662,000. Year-to-date sales, condos have 27% fewer sales this year than last year. And of the 33 that did sell, 24% sold at list price or more. Listings, we have 6% more listings this year than what we were listing last year. And months of inventory has jumped up quite a bit. It's now sitting at 3.3 months of inventory. Average days on market used to be 10 and 11. It's now sitting at 19 as far as the average days on market. When you see the summary here, we're really close to what we call a balanced market between 4 to 6 months of inventory. But I got to tell you, because of the run that we've had over the last few years, especially over the whole health crisis and prices shooting through the roof, this increase in months of inventory right now feels more like a buyer's market. It's not technically a buyer's market, but it definitely feels like it, with prices coming down and buyers being able to negotiate prices they couldn't negotiate before. Hope you found this information helpful. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.